Hello again, it's your friendly neighborhood host JT Wheatley back for another episode of the classics, this time being the creepy classics. And in this one I want to highlight the Saga of the Swamp Thing, particularly the beginning of the Alan Moore's now classic run back in 1984, which with the first trade which collects issues number 20 to 28. And this one, this is pretty much was now considered the definitive final take on Swamp Thing to this day, as Swamp Thing is seemingly dead and taken in for an autopsy, and a shocking revelation is revealed about the Swamp Thing, pretty much changing the character and pretty much set the tone for, like I said, for this day and so forth, including all the adaptations afterwards. Now, while Len Wein and Bernie Wrightson rightfully created the original Swamp Thing and, of course, had to re-evolve them, Alan Moore puts his last final stamp and really gives a kind of merges Swamp Thing with his place in the natural world and also kind of a horror element, too. Like, there's some truly creepy stories and artwork that come out of this. And, of course, it's helped by a number of great writers. Stephen Bichette and John Totalman are two of them. And it's just a great, creepy read. And Swamp Thing is one of the great monster characters of DC and this comics in general. He's a tragic figure in many ways, and this storyline really emphasizes how much of a tragic character he is. And there's a great twist that, honestly, in many ways, you go, should have seen this coming, but it's fantastic. It's one of those great retcons that fits into a character perfectly, and definitely worth reading just for the story itself, but also a nice little horror element to it. So, yeah. For looking for another creepy classic, check out the Saga of the Swamp Thing, Book 1 by Alan Moore, which is now being recollected by DC. Definitely start with Volume 1, because it is a nice, creepy classic.
More positive than a New Day pancake. More fun than a super kick party. It's the wrestling podcast from the host, who is the hammer swinging, burrito eating, well, you know the rest, of Thunder Talk. Sexy Thor. It's the Ring of Thunder, found in the Thunderverse and among the great podcasts of the ESO network.
Now is October 21st, 2021, time for the favorite comic book of the week. Lock and Key, Hell and Gone, number 2, which concludes this crossover event between the Lock and Key universe and the Sandman universe, with writer Joe Hill and Gabriel Rodriguez telling the story of Mary Locke back in the 1900s, one of the earlier members of the Locke family, who decides to use the powers of the dreaming to figure out a way to get into hell to release her brother's soul. Hill does a great job really merging the Sandman universes with the Lock and Key universe, as it takes place in a very specific time in Sandman's story, and you almost feel like this could be canon. It actually just slides in perfectly, and everything just clicks. And of course, Mary Locke is a fantastic character. She's smart and innovative, and the way she figures out how to get into hell is very cool and very in keeping with her family. Once you see what she does, it's a great twist, and once again shows how well these universes just fit together so brilliantly. Matched by Rodriguez's beautiful, detailed art, with whether it depicts the dreaming or hell, just gorgeous, minutely detailed, and just great to look at. Yeah, and this ends up being another nice, creepy read for the holiday season, so definitely check it out. And with that concludes this episode of the Creepy Classics. Join me again next week for probably another episode of the Creepy Classics. But until then, go out and enjoy yourself a good comic book. And if you can, check out the Saga of the Swamp Thing, because that is a creepy classic.